hey, didn't see you there. I'm just riding my dragon. Yep. Drakengard 3. It's the third in the Drakengard series, released in Japan for the PS3 in 2013, and a year later in the US. So, being the third in the... What? It's not the third? Hold on. Let me make some sense here. Nier? That was a Drakengard game, so this isn't the third. This is technically the fourth? You're shitting me. That's not even, remotely close to the title of the games. How would someone even know? Yeah, I didn't know, but okay, Nier was some, spin-off game based off of one of the endings of the original Drakengard. Regardless, I haven't played any of those. I kind of started Nier a while ago, but never completed it. It was fun, I just never finished it. So, Drakengard 3, why would I be so fascinated to play this game, and I haven't played the first two? Okay, let's be honest for a second, here's the cover art. I was sold strictly on the cover art. I know, I'm totally not helping fighting against the sex appeal in video games. You play as Zero, and it's not a dumb, oh that's extreme name for a character. It actually ties in really well with the storyline. I'll be revealing a lot in this game, so I guess spoiler warning? Ready? Let's go. Zero is the sister of 5 other siblings, known as Atoners. Each of them is named after their number, so 0, 1, 2, yeah, you get it. The premise is you're supposed to kill all of them. The game even starts out with you fighting with a dragon named Michael by your side. These early stages are a great introduction to the combat, which is very tight. It's very, very repetitive and extremely monotonous with the gameplay. You're really just swinging at enemies the entire time. Eventually, though, you do get introduced to 3 different weapons. You get swords, spears, combat bracers, and chakrams. Now, each weapon can be upgraded with money and a metal piece, so you may definitely be switching your favorite sword out for a stronger one later down the road. There are also some platform sections, and even though the in-game dialogue addresses how much the platforms suck, it's cute, but it doesn't distract you from how bad the platforming controls really are. The sword is as you would expect as far as fighting enemies goes. The spear is very slow, but designed to take down more defensive opponents and the undead. The combat bracers are for more close combat melee attacks, and the chakrams are for distance enemies. You can swap between the 4 weapons anytime you want on the fly by tapping the right trigger. Drakengard 3 is episodic with its layout. When a mission is complete, you go to the menu where you can buy weapons, upgrade them, change them out for your equipment, save, take on challenges, switch to old chapters, or change your 2 disciples. The disciples or companions are unlocked, and the overall theme of the dialogue throughout this adventure, it's very sexualized, and not in a subtle way. It's very blatant and kind of uncomfortable. Everyone talks about sex, makes moves on Zero, or talk about old man penis. I'm so not joking!
But when she gets aroused, wow.
Besides the uncomfortable talk, they are completely useless in combat. They barely attack the enemies and just comment exposition throughout the levels. Doesn't matter who's in your party, they all still talk amongst each other. Actually, I take that back. If you travel with disciples for a long time and you keep picking the same 2, they'll eventually give you their weapon, which is really strong. So, that's nice, I guess. Honestly, I wish I had footage of this, but there was a time when one of my companions was running into the wall. The entire fight. Useless! Mikhail is the shit, though, the dragon that goes with you. There are certain occasions when you can summon the dragon to attack from above and just rain hell on enemies. The challenges are also awesome in breaking up the game between stages. They range from time limits, restrictions to 1 weapon, and defeat stages of enemies to win prizes. The main gameplay itself is your role of Zero fighting on the ground, taking out groups of enemies. Now, this formula could get extremely repetitive, and admittedly this game gets dangerously close to that, if not for the dragon segments. Flying around and using fire attacks definitely breaks up the monotony of the game. It makes it more exciting. The character design I absolutely love. Personally, I feel like Zero is not super sexed out and is a beautiful blend of modesty and intensity, especially with the flower eye patch. I didn't like it at first, but hey, it grew on me. Her white outfit is actually very aesthetically pleasing due to the blood that splatters all over the game. She gets covered in the stuff, and it just further emphasizes her badassery, especially when you fill up your bar and unleash your special Super Saiyan form. which gives you limited time of invulnerability and super strength. You may notice next to the orb that fills with blood to unleash your super form, and below the health bar is another bar. This is your stamina. When you use your stronger attacks, it uses some of the stamina. This limits you from just spamming the strongest attacks. It gives you a bit of strategy. Well, geez, is there anything even wrong with this game? Actually, yeah, I really hate the story. Well, at least the ending. Let me explain. The game leads up to just so many questions. Why is Zero killing her sisters? Well, I mean, that's touched on a little bit. She wants to kill him to become the ruler of the world and be the strongest, I think? See, that's not really explained because Zero sees no point in talking about it, even when her new dragon Mikhail keeps asking her not to kill her sisters. This isn't like an annoying thing or whatever, it's in her character. We're observing her refuse to talk about it, or at the very least go into detail. I'm okay with this sense of wonder. It leaves it open to interpretation. The ending, on the other hand, just left more questions. Like I said, spoilers. How did one make a brother for herself? How did Zero, and why did Zero make her sisters? Does she regret what she did, and is that why she wanted to kill them? Why is she willing to take revenge on them for not taking her arm in the opening battle when it was her that confronted them in the first place? Why did Michael wish for himself to be reborn and Mikhail not? Why do dragons have a wish? Why didn't these get brought up until the very end of the game? What was the brought up connection between Gabriel and 1? It sure looks like they have a connection of some sort. I don't understand the questions! The questions! Okay, let's come back. This is the first ending. That's right, there are several endings in the game to play through, but come on, serious talk, this is some brutal padding in a game. I haven't seen anything this bad since the Evil Roots and Alone in the Dark. It's just, I hate when games get all super pretentious like this and just leave so many questions at the end. Does this make me a hypocrite for approving of Zero's ambiguity in her own backstory and upset that none of these other questions are answered? No. Let me explain. Zero was developed throughout the game as this being her personality. Hell, you learn so much about Mikhail that I literally started bawling like a baby when he and Zero died. They had such a connection at the end. But last minute, we suddenly have an attachment between Gabriel and 1 with a brother to 1. None of this was established until the last 5 minutes of the game. So not cool! You're gonna say, Alex, play the other endings to see what happens. You know what? No! This is the main story. The alternate endings that you played throughout the branches, they couldn't have happened. I mean, it's a what if, not what actually happened. I stubbornly will not play the other endings because f*** you, game, for expecting me to replay shit that I've already done to learn more. Okay, fine. Out of curiosity, I played through the other 2 endings, and they don't really explain much. The 4th ending, which I haven't been able to unlock, doesn't seem to explain anything either. Yeah, I YouTubed it. But I learned that the intoners are supposed to cause the end of the world, and that's why Zero is killing her sisters, and needs a dragon, Mikhail, to kill her when she's done with the sisters. Learned that from ending 3, or C. I would have been fine with reading through books or notes throughout the game to learn more about the characters and their backstories, but not this alternate to fill in details. Piss off! So, I obviously hate this game, right? No, I don't. I actually really liked it. I just have a little gripe with the way it handled the end. The gameplay was tedious but fun when you don't want a super involved adventure. The dragon segments are awesome and just bad to play as a dragon. A lot of the jokes and fourth wall breaking segments are hysterical and very lighthearted. Way funnier than the sex jokes that are littered throughout the game, that's for sure. But yeah, check it out if you get a chance. It's not bad. It's my turn! I'm just riding my dragon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe! Thanks for checking out another episode. This one, if you notice, was a lot more traditional in the review sense. I'm thinking about getting back on board with that because a lot of the other videos haven't really been informative enough to make a decision if you want to play the game. So, you know, I need to work on that, I guess. Been working on some animations and stuff. That 100 subscriber special I am working on. I need to get the voice actors in to get some recordings done. The script is finally getting put together. Part 1 and Part 2 is written up and ready to go. Past that, if you guys want to support the show financially, check out Patreon. I have a couple of guest hosts that I'm talking to as well. I'd love to get Jim Nobody back on the show. Him and I have been talking a lot. I have a celebrity I've been talking to as well. Maybe. We'll see if I can get her in the show. And past, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, share with your friends, comment below, and cheers.